Good morning. These are your top stories for Monday, December 2nd.
We begin with a bit of good news this Monday morning. Holiday shoppers in the Cayman Islands are getting an early Christmas present from the government. The cabinet has approved a temporary doubling of the duty-free allowance for returning shoppers. Under the new measure, signed late last week, residents can now bring in up to 1,000 Cayman Islands dollars in goods duty-free, up from the standard $500 allowance. The increased limit will be in effect from today through January 6th. The timing comes as many islanders prepare for holiday shopping trips abroad. However, officials emphasize that the allowance only applies to personal and household items, not merchandise for resale. All imports remain subject to review by the customs director. The announcement follows a recent public discussion about a possible holiday increase, including questions raised on the local radio show, The Cold Hard Truth, on Friday morning. Residents planning to take advantage of the increased allowance should remember that commercial goods are not included in this temporary measure.
Breaking news from Georgetown, where a midnight collision has left 2 people hospitalized. The crash occurred at the intersection of Walker's Road and East Boulevard just after midnight on Sunday. Police reports indicate a Yamaha motorcycle collided with a Honda City, leaving both the rider and passenger of the motorcycle with injuries. The Honda's driver was unharmed. Emergency crews transported both motorcycle occupants to Cayman Islands Hospital. One victim is being treated for serious injuries, while the other's condition remains unknown.
World AIDS Day, designated on 1st December every year since 1988, is an international day dedicated to raising awareness of the AIDS pandemic caused by the spread of HIV infection and mourning those who have died of the disease. 2 prominent local organizations are joining forces to call for greater community support and engagement. The Cayman Islands LGBTQ Foundation and HIV/AIDS Foundation are leading efforts to promote education, advocacy, and support for those affected by HIV/AIDS. The global theme for this year, Take the Rights Path, focuses on addressing healthcare inequalities and promoting inclusivity in our community. Both foundations emphasize that combating HIV/AIDS requires everyone's participation, not just those directly affected. So our key focus of their message is breaking down long-standing stigmas that can isolate individuals living with HIV/AIDS. The organizations stress that prevention is everyone's responsibility, whether through education, regular testing, practicing safe behaviors, or supporting those affected. The LGBTQ Foundation is extending a call to all Caymanians, regardless of their background, to help create a future free from healthcare disparities and discrimination. Their vision includes ensuring everyone has access to HIV prevention and treatment, working toward a world where AIDS-related deaths are a thing of the past. Would you like me to adjust anything about the tone or structure of the script? I've arranged it to flow naturally for a news anchor, while maintaining the key messages about community involvement and support.
A touching tribute took place at the Cayman Airways hangar Friday morning, as the national airline honoured one of its own. A new Twin Otter aircraft was christened bearing the registration number COR, the initials of the late Captain Adrian David Josh West. In an emotional ceremony, Captain West's widow Vernice was presented with a commemorative model of the aircraft. The Boddentown pilot, who served Cayman Airways for 11 years, passed away suddenly last July at the age of 49. Brandon West, the captain's son, called it a truly special moment to see his father's initials on the tail of the aircraft, knowing it would be flown by what he described as the best pilots in the world. Deputy Premier and Tourism Minister Kenneth Bryan remembered Captain West as a beloved figure within the Cayman Airways family. The $3 million aircraft will strengthen the airline's service to Little Cayman, according to Cayman Airways Board Chairman John Paul Clark.
Students at the Cayman Islands Further Education Center will remain at their temporary Family Life Center location until the Christmas break, according to an announcement from education officials on Friday. The Ministry of Education reports that significant renovations at SciFEC's future home, the former George Hicks campus, are nearing completion. The work includes upgraded classrooms, new windows and doors, extensive cleaning, and air quality testing. Roofing repairs have also been completed. Officials say the final phase of renovations, including walkway repairs and painting, will be completed once materials arrive in mid-December. The move to the renovated campus is scheduled to take place during the Christmas break. A 52-year-old woman is taking legal action against the Department of Vehicle and Driver's Licensing following a serious accident at their breakers facility. Ethel Del Baden claims she fell over 6 feet into an open inspection pit, resulting in severe injuries. The incident occurred in May 2022 during what should have been a routine vehicle inspection. According to court documents, Baden was instructed to drive her vehicle forward for inspection. When asked about a missing front license plate, she explained it had been damaged in a recent storm and was in her trunk. While walking to retrieve the plate, she fell into an uncovered inspection pit. The fall resulted in multiple serious injuries, including fractured ribs, lung injuries, and soft tissue damage to her back, neck, and hips. Baden, who worked as an administrator at Palmer's Construction and Development, has been unable to return to work since the incident. Her lawsuit alleges the DVDL failed to maintain proper safety measures and adequate warnings at their inspection facility. She is seeking both general and special damages.
Now turning to a few court updates. A woman has pleaded guilty to bigamy charges in Grand Court after it was discovered that she was already married when she entered into marriage in Cayman last year. Rose Ann Guradillo Takara entered her guilty plea on Friday. Court records show that in May 2023, Takara falsely declared that she'd never been married while applying for marriage license in the Cayman Islands. She then married a local bartender despite having an existing marriage in the Philippines dating back to 2011. The case came to light after marriage officer records from the Philippines confirmed her previous marriage, contradicting her declaration on the Cayman Islands marriage documents. Sentencing is pending. In other news, a Grand Court judge began instructing jurors on Friday in the trial of a suspended police sergeant accused of misusing police computers to gather information about a romantic rival. Justice Cheryl Richards urged the 6-member jury to set aside personal sympathies and approach their deliberations objectively while using their common sense as they consider the evidence. Prosecutor Earl Pinnock alleges that Sergeant Karen Watson conducted multiple unauthorized searches on the police records management system to find information about a woman involved with Watson's male colleague. The Crown contends these searches were done for personal rather than police business. Defense attorney Amelia Fashuhini challenged the prosecution's portrayal, arguing there was no evidence of jealousy-driven actions. She reminded jurors that they must find Watson not guilty if the Crown's case leaves reasonable doubt. Watson has pleaded not guilty to misconduct in public office for actions allegedly occurring between July 2019 and July 2020. Justice Richards will complete her directions to the jury later on today. These are your news headlines for this morning. Just a reminder that you can find these stories and more at our website, www.caymanmallroad.com. Join our WhatsApp channel for your daily news alerts. Now, stay tuned for the Cold Hard Truth with Sandy Hill.